This is Middle Class Matt from don'tbuythehype.blogspot.com, and I am Sports Genius. What I love about being middle class and being this time of the year is this is a time where all the good sports is. I'm not even hardly paying attention to baseball. It's boring anyway, because there's so much football. But baseball playoffs is on, college football, pro football, and the best thing about it is that I do reporting as the sports genius who sits in the stands. I'm not like in the ESPN, studios where they don't really get to know what sports is going on. I'm like the average fan. I'm at the game. So I was at the UNC game today, still in my whiteout clothes, and UNC pulled an upset on a team. Now Virginia Tech hasn't been great this year, but Virginia Tech has owned North Carolina, and North Carolina has struggled, losing the games to Wake Forest. They lost another game to Louisville. Louisville's pretty good, but, embarrassing loss to Wake Forest. And so UNC really handled Virginia Tech. Won't say they blow them out. The score is 48-34. But there's a few things I want to point out, and then I want to talk about the state upset of Florida State, which kind of stole the thunder of North Carolina, but I'll get to that later. So UNC looked good offensively, 48 points, and they ran the ball down Virginia Tech's throat, which is totally not like what Virginia Tech allows most teams to do. They usually, even if you beat them, you can't run the ball against them. They ran the ball for almost 340 yards. The quarterback, Bryn Renner, who's been throwing the ball a lot this year, actually only threw for about 200 yards. I think it was 194 to be exact, and a touchdown. He didn't even throw for a lot of yards because they didn't have to. Carolina just ran the ball down Virginia Tech's throat. And Gio Bernard, and I thought he would get a lot more publicity on the national scene because he had 362 yards rushing, nearly 300 yards total offense, and he had a touchdown. He looked awesome, electric, and showed that he's one of the better running backs in the ACC, and also a pretty good running back even in the nation, in the national scene. He is extremely fast. And he's a player that outside of the ACC probably not a lot of people know of. And that's Gio Bernard. He's very good. Actually, I'm going to put videos up of him, videos up of a lot of people. You can go, Don't Buy the Hype. I'm going to put up a lot of the videos and even pictures on there that I can't put on YouTube. But I have a video up right now you can check out that I know of, and there may be more up in the next few days, of Sean Tapley taking a 94-yard kickoff return to the house. And that was... he's just like a bullet. And this guy's only a sophomore. He's someone to watch out for. He's extremely fast, an explosive player. So UNC looked very good offensively. Their offensive line, which has some great players. I mean, UNC is very talented. Two of their offensive linemen are projected first-round picks. And that line dominated today. And they actually played like, NFL first-round picks. Instead of... getting pushed around, they did all the pushing today, and that hasn't been the case. This is an offensive line that outside of the SEC could be one of the best in the country, and has not played like it until today. So, UNC's offense looked good. They were able to run the ball, just dominate, big-time special teams plays. They made some mistakes that hurt them. They fumbled and kind of let Virginia Tech stay around in the game. That's why as close as it was. It could have been a 3 or 4 touchdown victory easily if it wasn't some mistakes by UNC. But the defense still didn't look good. 34 points. Now some of that, there was a kickoff return for Virginia Tech, but still, they allowed a lot of points. And up front, they play a 4-2-5. They looked, the first 6 players, the 4 and the 2, they looked pretty good, the line and the linebackers. Kevin Reddick, Sylvester Williams, who's also a projected first-round pick. They did pretty good. They couldn't pressure the quarterback, but they were kind of, I think, daring Logan Thomas to throw for Virginia Tech. And he did. He lit Carolina up, and the secondary is terrible. But I'm not going to say much about it because I'm happy with the victory. And now I'm looking forward. Carolina's got to play Miami, but also the state game coming up, which I will be there. Middle class Matt, in the stands, just like all the other fans, pulling for UNC. And that's what I'm going to talk about state. Huge upset of Florida State. This was a team that most people thought had the best chance outside of the SEC to challenge Alabama. And I said that myself. And then they blew their national championship hopes. So while I was hoping Carolina would get some publicity, even though they're not going to be able to go to a bowl because of, some violations and not going to be able to go to the ACC championship, I thought that they would be, get some publicity by beating Virginia Tech. And then also getting Gio Bernard get some publicity. And like you say, why do you want him to get publicity? Well, I want some pub to help recruiting. It's important. But Gio Bernard also to get some publicity for his huge game, a monster game, 262 yards on the ground. Not going to happen with a huge upset the State pulled. So this only makes it more interesting when State and Carolina clash 2 weeks from now, which I believe is 2 weeks from now. Like I said, I'll be there no matter what. So I'm middle class Matt, and football has been exciting in North Carolina. Best time of the year. Check out all my NFL videos, all my football videos that I have up, and I will see you next time.